try it again. I hear a little talking. See it. Ray is sitting crisscross applesauce on the rug. His hands are folded. Jose is sitting crisscross applesauce. His hands are folded. Kevin is sitting crisscross applesauce. His hands are folded. LaShawn, the expectation is that you're sitting crisscross. It's your first warning. First warning. Alright? So we're going to continue working on not shouting out. It's a two-strike policy. Right? You shout out once, it's a warning. You shout out twice, you got to get off the rug. You got to get off the rug. Alright? So every time I look out, I want to see boys crisscross applesauce. When you have something to say, you raise your hand silently. Now what we're also going to work on today is we're going to work on turning talks. Turning talks. We discussed those yesterday. Ray, can you tell the class what does a good turning talk look like?
Level 0.
Level 0.
Level 0.
Come on, it's your first warning. Ray, turning talk. Remember? What did we say those look like? What's a good one look like? Can somebody help him? Not yet. Good turning talk. What does that look like? You look somebody in the eye. Yep, that's one thing you do. Denim. Exactly. You turn and face the person. And what I like that he said you discuss a question from the book. Right? You're only talking about the book. And what about when you share out? What should you do when you share out? You do. Raise your hand. What do you say? What do you say when you're sharing out? Okay. You say what your partner said. And would it help the group if you said the person's voice, said the person's name? Right? So I might say, well, I was talking to Lamar, and Lamar predicts that this is going to happen. If I just say my partner, you guys might not be so sure what happened. Alright? So we're about to get started. Alright? So I've got Nathan sitting crisscross applesauce facing me. I've got Ray sitting crisscross applesauce facing me. Tayshawn, the expectation is that you're facing me. Chosen to violate that. It's your first one. LaShawn, you only have one warning. Come down here. It's 2 strikes. Alright, so in the next few days, 3 or 4 days, we are actually going to read a chapter. We're going to read a chapter. You guys have graduated. You guys have graduated from picture books. Although we'll go back to picture books sometimes. Right? But I think you're ready for this. Now this book is called Stone Fox. This book is called Stone Fox. And before I read a book, what I like to do is I like to get a general idea of what the book is about. And then I like to kind of relate to that theme. So what this book is about, generally, is somebody, right, a kid actually, who's trying to help his grandfather. Help his grandfather, but feels like everything he does is not working. Feels like nothing he does, right, is working. So I want you to think to yourself right now, has there ever been a time when you've tried to help somebody and they either wouldn't accept your help, or they just wouldn't listen, or it just wasn't working? Right? And what did you do? And what did you do? Think about that, because it's something we're going to discuss at the end. It's something you're going to work on at your responded reading section. Go ahead, man. Let's get started. One day, grandfather wouldn't get out of bed. He just lay there and stared at the ceiling and looked sad. At first, little Willie thought he was playing. Little Willie lived with his grandfather on a small potato farm in Wyoming. It was hard work living on a potato farm, but it was also a lot of fun, especially when grandfather felt like playing. Like the time grandfather dressed up as the scarecrow out in the garden. It took little Willie an hour to catch on. Boy, did they laugh. Grandfather laughed so hard he cried. And when he cried, his beard filled with tears. His beard filled with tears. Now what I want you to do now is I want you to turn and talk to the person next to you. Before you do that, raise a hand, give that person a high five. Let me see. Who do we have? Alright, Valeria, you and Nathan can work together. You and Nathan. Jada, you work with Veronica and Kevin. Kevin? Anaya, you're going to work with Ray and Tayshawn. Ray and Tayshawn. Just on this first page, I want you to discuss what memory, right, did we just receive from the little boy of his grandfather? And what does that memory say about the grandfather? We're going to write the memory here and what characteristic, right, we learn about the grandfather from that memory. Those are the two things we're going to talk about. Only those two things. When I say go, turn and talk and start. Ready, set, go. Very brilliant, smart ideas as I was walking around and listening to some of your conversations. Now what I want is I want somebody to share out. What did your partner say was the memory? Was the memory? Jose? Just a sec, let's let Jose speak. Jose, speak a little louder so Lamar, right? You can remember what you're saying and tell us parents time they didn't. Just what Lamar likes to do, right? Zach, go ahead, Jose. Okay, so Lamar made a text-to-self connection, but I believe the directions were to discuss what was the memory the little boy had of his grandma.
That's what I thought the memory was.
Say it one more time, Jose. Ah, I see. When the grandpa was in a good mood, he would play. My apologies, Mashawn. I thought you said when you were in a good mood, you like to play. That's very good. That's a good start. Does anybody have a partner that said something a little bit more specific about what the grandfather did to play in the memory? It's a brief. Just a second. Go ahead, Sabrina. Go ahead, Sabrina. You forgot, okay. Did anybody's partner say specifically what the memory was? Larry.
When they did us with the grandpa made like a scarecrow, it was a scarecrow.
Exactly. The grandpa pretended to be a scarecrow. Who was your partner, Larry?
Me.
Try that one more time and just say what your partner said. But say his name first.
Nathan said that his grandpa pretended to be a scarecrow.
Grandpa pretended to be a scarecrow. Sabrina, will you write under the memory what she just said? Grandpa pretended to be a scarecrow. Scarecrow. Now, did any of your partners say what characteristic? What characteristic? Hey, Sean, that's your second time shouting out. Alright, go back to the reflection check. Go. Go. Hey, Sean, back. The shouting out has to stop. Grandpa pretended to be scarecrow. what does that say about the grandpa? What does that say about the grandpa? What characteristic could we use to describe the grandpa? Yeah.
Fun.
Fun. Okay, exactly. So really, what is that fun in the characteristic? What other characteristics does it say about the grandfather? How could we describe him based on his memory? What do you think, Larry?
Upset.
Upset? Okay, why do you think he would be upset?